Good morning, everyone. StrifeCal. We are playing some more Pokemon SoulSilver. I'm ready to do some exploration, some backtracking, and some catching. Because I have been putting it off, waiting for volunteers, and at this point I feel like I just need to go ahead and pull the trigger. So with that in mind, I have gone back to my list from Pokemon Reborn, grabbed the volunteers who were not on the list yet, who hadn't volunteered for this one, because I know that they're all good sports and will be totally okay with me naming more Pokemon after them. So with that in mind, we've got a team of, we're gonna call exploration Pokemon here. Now, some of these are very good Pokemon still. However, a lot of these are not Pokemon that we're going to be taking to... Basically, none of these Pokemon will likely be going to the Elite Four. So, we're going to... Let's see, we're in Cherry Grove. We're going to start off by heading back up where we left off, back to Blackthorn. Oh, I guess I should also mention, if you didn't notice from the levels, with the level cap raised, I have raised my entire box up to level 40, which is actually also part of why I am using Pokemon I'm not planning on taking to the Elite Four. Because just in case, as we're doing all this backtracking, which is not going to be that much, but it'll be enough. Just in case, I want to make sure we don't overlevel. Are we out of repels? We are. Let's fix that. I am also slightly amused that we're getting so low on rare candies. I was genuinely not expecting that to be a problem. And it has been. So... Oh, never mind. They're super repels. They're just hiding on the second page. And we have 20, which should be enough. We could always use a few more. Repels are going to be really important for this section, because we do need to make sure that we don't accidentally catch something we don't want. I have this very planned out, and while there are a couple that we're just going to be getting for the sake of getting them now, they're not going to be useful until we get to Kanto. I do think that it's going to be good to get them now. First thing is obviously... We're heading back into the Dragon's Den. And the reason for this is pretty straightforward. Apparently, to get the dragon gift, you have to leave and come back. We currently have the TMs for everything except, or the HMs rather, for everything except, I don't think we have, actually no, I think we've got Flash also. Cameron, now is not the time. The guide that that I've been using is lying to me, is basically what I'm getting out of this. It said leave and come back, and you can get the Zucchini. Again, it's not the end of the world, because we are not going to be using it anyway, but yeah. Okay, next thing I want to do... Let's go back to Mahogany. Because we never actually got our encounter on Route 44. We've got two options here. And while they aren't the Pokemon that I am likely going to be using, they are Pokemon that I would like to have for the sake of... There we go. For the sake of dupes. Perfect. Level 24. There's only one person we can count on for this. We'll see if this is still too much, but I don't think it will be. So, Ledian is, stat-wise, one of the absolute worst Pokemon in the game. It is an evolved Pokemon that is still one of the worst Pokemon in the game stat-wise. It's basically like, stat-wise, it's somewhere in the realm of like a Shuckle or a Bonsly, except for its defenses aren't as high, and it doesn't have the gimmick moves that they do. Trying to use my low-level Pokeballs first here. So, to briefly explain what I mean by dupes, the way that Nuzlockes work is you catch the first Pokemon on a given route, unless you have already caught a Pokemon of that line before. So, for example, if we'd run into a different encounter here, let's say we'd run into a Weezing here, which I don't think Weezing shows up here, we'd be able to skip that and continue trying until we got our Lickitung. Now, this lets you, in certain cases, get some very rare Pokemon. In particular, we ended up using this to get Heracross. I am going to go ahead and skip naming everything for now. We're gonna skip that one for now. And we're going to Olivine City. Now, I may end up needing to be Airchick. We'll see how long this takes. The first one should be pretty easy to get. So the way this works, I believe there's like a 60% chance of getting something like a Magikarp or a... I think it's just Magikarp. Oh, that's right. This doesn't have an easy way to get to the dock. Crap. Make sure I've got the good rod equipped. I do. So we just have to find a spot to get to the water. There may also be other water, which I didn't think about. The first time I was here. I'm remembering why we did or why we had problems with this the first time now, and why I skipped this. And unfortunately, this is one that was kind of important. Okay, so if we go down into this, can we go through it? There we go. Never mind. So we may not actually be able to access this encounter until we can get on the SS Aqua? That's basically what I'm getting out of this situation. Huh. Okay, well, we can at least finish the other train of thought here. Which... So, like I said, this one, there's like a 60% chance that we get something we already had. There are 2 other Pokemon that will show up in this area. And the same thing goes for Cianwood. We have the same exact encounters here. So we'll go ahead and get the first one. The trick, though, is one of these has a 37% chance of showing up. So with the 60% existing dupe, like Magikarp there, that means that the other Pokemon that we're trying to get has a 3% chance of showing up. And that is Krabby. There we go. So Krabby is our 37% chance. That lets us get a Staryu in Olivine once we can actually catch something there, I guess. Given that we've got the boost here from Net, we're going to go ahead and just put it to sleep. And use the net ball. So catching this Krabby enables us to catch a Staryu at one of the other locations. And the next place we're going, it's going to let us catch another rare Pokemon at 12% that we can guarantee as our encounter. And I think we're actually in the right place already. Just had the realization that we haven't been through this area, and I don't know if there are trainers. Okay, so this is Route 47. We're not going to catch anything here. Yep, that's terrifying. So, Route 47, we can guarantee ourselves a seal, but in order to do that, we need the Staryu. We could probably still go for seal and get that leaves us with a 30% seal, 10% Staryu, 60% chance to get dupes. Feels reasonable. I'm not sure I need seal. It was just kind of the natural progression for me. Is this the cliff cave? Is the important question. It is. We already have a duplicate there. Again, we're going for a 12% chance to get an Onyx or Steelix here. And we're doing this now because we're going to have a spot where we can end up getting an Onyx on our way to the Elite Four. Again, this is why we got the Krabby. So the path here is we caught the Krabby so that we can catch Onyx. We're going to catch Onyx so that we can catch a Rhyhorn. In a much later section, which is probably still 1 or 2 videos away. Maybe? I'm assuming we're going to get to the Elite Four next week. We've got the Kimono Girls fight, we've got Whirl Islands. And we are on our way to Safari Zone right now. There we go. Onyx isn't a great Pokemon by itself. It is actually, speaking of terrible stats, its stats are, its attack stat is about as low as Ledian's. So despite the fact that it looks really cool and is this huge Pokemon, it's basically comes down to being a very good physical defense Pokemon with mediocre special defense and a 4x weakness to water, ice, and grass. We are going to have... I think we're going to be able to get it into Steelix. But we don't have the Steel Coat quite yet. As far as the Safari Zone goes, which is where we are currently headed, I am a little torn because there are several good options here. So my current plan is to... Oops. That's scary. Never mind. Lane is pretty bulky. Protect? It got a double protect off. So Magmar is one of the options I was looking at. The problem with Magmar is we're not going to be able to evolve it. Until after we get to Kanto. So it's not going to be useful guaranteed not going to be useful for the Elite Four. The second option that I was looking at was getting our hands on a ghost type. However, I don't know if it's actually going to be very helpful. Plus, we can't actually evolve a lot of some of the ghost types until we get to Kanto once again. We'd have a chance at getting a Ghastly, but we also have a place we can get a Ghastly later. There's a chance to get an Oddish, but we already have a Bellsprout and we can't evolve either of them until we get a Leaf Stone, which is in Kanto. And that leaves me with two options that I felt were pretty good. We can get a guaranteed Tauros. Not sure what that couple is, but I'm gonna heal first just to be safe. So Tauros, while being pretty basic, is also awesome. Especially in early gen games. It is it has above 100 attack and speed, and while it has, I'd say, mid-tier move selection with what we've got available, it's going to be in a similar boat to our Ursaring, except for it's faster, is basically what it comes down to. Let's see if I guessed right here. Watching over my girlfriend makes my heart soar. My heart's feelings for my boyfriend are as wide and deep as the ocean. Okay, unfortunately, I think one of those is a bird trainer. Nope, their statements were completely misleading. Cool. Ooh, Sandstorm, okay. So yeah, Tauros is one of the ones I was thinking about it, and honestly, would be my top choice if I didn't already have the Ursaring that's at least in a similar space, and is also one that, especially since I already use the Avalanche TM, I've got a little bit of an investment. So, my plan is actually to think to the future. And we're going to hopefully be able to get to the mountain region when we get to the Safari Zone. And because of all of the other Pokemon we've gotten, we can guarantee ourselves a Larvitar, which means we can end up with a Tyranitar, which is awesome. Tyranitar is a good Pokemon. Now, the downside is we really can't use it for the Elite Four. It won't be evolved yet. Its middle evolution's actually better than it has any right to be, and I really wish that we had an Eviolite, but it doesn't exist in this gen. Because Eviolite Pupitar sounds like it could actually be really good. It is not yet a dark type, so it doesn't have that 4 times weakness yet. Let me make sure I'm seeing this right here. What's this, Route 48 now? Okay, we are now on Route 48. So, this is part of my plan here. Not sure why I need to save right there, but that's okay. Habit. Okay, so at night, on Route 48, we have a chance of getting a Tauros. We also have a chance of getting several other Pokemon, including Bullpix, which would be nice if I didn't have the whole Firestone. There's no elemental stones in this game. That's really what it comes down to. We can also get a Gloom, which is what we ended up with. So, as I was saying with that whole situation with Oddish, unfortunately, not as strong as it could be, but I feel like it's a possibility, Vileplume does get very bulky, and we do also have the option if we can get a Sunstone to evolve it that way. If I don't catch it in the next couple, I might... We actually have less than I would... Oh. We're starting to run low on Pokeballs, which feels really weird. I just want to emphasize real quick here. That a level 40 Ledian was unable to get even do half damage with an 80 power move on a level 24 Pokemon. I also just want to say, Matt, literally the rest of the group, of my gaming group was like, sure, you can put us in. And Matt is the only person who knows nothing about Pokemon and was like, the only thing I know about Pokemon is the whole story about how every Cubone wears its mother's skull and how absolutely screwed up that is within Pokemon lore. Okay. So I need to tag out real quick because I need it to be day when I head into the Safari Zone. So, I'll be right back. Okay, one quick trip to Hawaii later. Via the time zone, not literally. I've been waiting for you. This is a brand new Safari Zone. I had an idea. Would you like me to take the owner aptitude test? No. You can become the Safari Zone owner. Just try the test. Oh, okay, apparently we cannot say no. I don't know why they give you the option. Catch a Geodude and show it to me. They're in the glass closest to the entrance. It shouldn't take long. Okay. So, the reason I was trying to say no is because we aren't going to be catching the Geodude. For hopefully obvious reasons. We already have one, and we're playing in a Nuzlocke. So there are 6 regions associated with this at any given time. Looks like that's Meadow. I can't tell. Let's do a quick pull up to make sure that I'm getting the right one. think this is the wasteland. This is the savannah. So this would be if we wanted the Tauros. Which ones show up is random. This is the marsh. Or wetland or something. I think this is the right one. Okay. So, we are now in the mountain region. This has Rattata, Raticate, Lickitung, Magneton, and Larvitar during the day. And I just realized that this is the Safari Zone, so we can't actually do normal... Did we seriously just get this on our first... Okay. I think we just have to chuck Safari Balls and pray. Nice. And that is our one for this Safari Zone. But quite frankly, Tyranitar is a really good Pokemon, so I think it'll be okay. Just want a quick check, because I think these are shops. Maybe I was just wrong. Okay, so it has vitamins here. Quick balls. I think we go ahead and pick up six. Six feels good. Quick balls are awesome. They have a very high catch rate for the first turn only. And actually... I feel like grabbing a few Dusk Balls is probably not a terrible idea either. Okay. So with that out of the way, I think we are in a good position to head back to Cianwood. And we'll be heading to the Whirl Islands next session. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.